We are really pleased to be checking back in today with the director of the Quincy Choral Society. Sarah Labrie is joining us virtually to give us a little update on the society and what this new year holds in store. Sarah, great to see you.
Great to see you as well. Thank you for having me.
It is our distinct pleasure to focus on the Choral Society. Sometimes gets a little lost in the shuffle, unfortunately, although it's been around for 40 years now?
Yeah, we hit 40 years in 2020.
Okay, so 40 plus.
Yeah.
And going strong. So how are things going with the society?
Oh, it's fabulous. This is the first uninterrupted, knock on wood, uninterrupted season that we've had since 2018-19 season. So we're in full swing.
That's great. What shows have you had so far?
Well, in December, we actually did a New England premiere of a piece that was written just this past year by Tim Sharp and Timothy Michael Powell. It's an original Christmas cantata called Angel Band, which was based on the Angel Band hymn from the Southern Harmony Hymnal. So we performed the piece with an orchestra of typical orchestra instruments, but also bluegrass instruments like Celtic harp. We had a hammered dulcimer, concertina, which is sort of like an accordion, but from that Appalachian tradition. And it was just fabulous. And after we performed it, the composer of the piece reached out and said, "Hey, we heard that your performance went really well. I'm taking my choirs to go sing it at Carnegie Hall next December. Do you want to join us?" And we said, "Absolutely, we want to join you." So we'll be doing it again this year on December 4th, 2023 at Carnegie Hall.
Wow, the members must be ecstatic about that.
Oh, it's thrilling. Yeah, they sang last time at Carnegie Hall in 2015 for the Mozart Requiem, actually. But that was sort of an open call. So they signed on with other groups, but to be invited by the composer himself is such an honor. And we're thrilled. We can't wait.
Oh, that's fantastic. So how is the society doing in terms of members, Sarah, after the pandemic?
Yeah, so we're slowly coming back to the numbers that we had sort of pre-pandemic. I would say in 2019, 2020, we were running about 60, 70, 80 singers per concert, depending on the time of year and when they were available. And we have just about the same now, 70. We're hoping to get up to 80 maybe for this spring when we do the Mozart Requiem.
Okay. This is a good place to ask you, how does one become a member of the Quincy Choral Society?
Sure. So actually, I should send you a link for our website. There's a membership form that you can fill out just if you want to get some quick information, but people are also welcome to stop by anytime. We have Monday night rehearsals from 7:30 to 9:30 at East Congregational Church in Milton, West Quincy, East Milton. So stop by anytime, or you can reach out to us via our website. And you don't necessarily have to join at the very beginning of the season. So you don't have to wait till September. You can just wait for a new concert program. So the next opportunity to join would be Monday, March 13th, when we begin rehearsals for the Mozart Requiem. Our next performance is March 12th. So the 13th, we'll start all new repertoire.
Okay, very good. And who can be a member?
So anyone's welcome to join. Anyone who loves to sing, wants to find community in Quincy. And we're hoping to do some nice membership pushes to get our numbers back to 100. That's the goal. But certainly anyone who wants to sing. We have a huge variety of folks in the choir, people who read music very well, our music teachers, to doctors and lawyers who, have been singing since they joined their high school choir. And we have folks who don't read music very well, but have a good ear for music and love singing and learn quickly.
Okay, and do you have to try out? Are there auditions required?
Not currently. No, we have a model of just a choral hearing, so I can get to know your voice and place you in the correct voice part. That's all.
Okay. Do you have any specific areas that you're trying to fill? Sopranos, baritones, tenors?
Oh, sure. We're always looking for more tenors.
Okay.
We're certainly welcoming voices in any of the parts, but tenors and basses, we could use a few more.
All right. And what about men to women? What's the ratio like?
Oh, good question. I would say right now, we usually have about 30 tenors and basses to about 50 sopranos and altos.
Okay,
Ish.
gotcha. Yeah. So, and your accompanist, is it still Gingy?
Oh, yes. Gingy Grimes, we couldn't do it without her. She's just the best accompanist you could possibly ask for.
Yeah, well, that's great. I know she's been with the society for quite a long time now, so good to have some stability there, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. She knows the ropes and never plays a wrong thing ever. she she's always there. And she's a
So,
great support from the podium too, because sometimes she'll see what I'm hearing and start playing someone's part a little bit louder. Just we've got a good sort of telekinesis happening at this point.
yeah. How long have you been director now, Sarah?
So I started in November of 2019. I came about halfway through a season. So this is my 4th season with QCS.
Okay, and is it what you thought it would be? Are you enjoying it?
Oh, it gets better every year.
Yeah.
It's been great. Of course, it was a little bit of an odd time to start with the pandemic and all, but it's just been great. And watching the organization grow and thrive and find these new opportunities, it's just been such a blessing for me.
Yeah, I know it's music is in your blood. I know you're a music teacher in the public school system, so obviously this is a passion of yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
You took over, I think it was Joshua Rhodes for a short time, but then before that, it was John Nichols for many, many, many years.
Yeah. And we joke around. I want to say he said it was 27 years. I hope I get that number right. So I said, I've only got 23 to go, John, until I beat the record.
And he's still involved, right?
Yes, yeah. So he just came back to Massachusetts and is planning. He and his wife are going to come sing with us for this Mozart Requiem.
Excellent. So let's talk about the next show. Tell me a little bit about it. Where, when, what's happening?
Sure. So we've got 2 performances coming up this spring. The first is March 12th, Sunday, March 12th at Quincy Catholic Academy. And it's our Spring Pops concert. So the theme is the Great American Songbook.
Fun.
So
I
it's
love
featuring,
that theme.
yeah, absolutely. Jazz standards, movie themes, and just all of the greats from just about the 1920s to the 1960s. So we've got about 75 minutes of choral music. We've got some solos and small groups to round it out. And of course, this is also our annual silent auction fundraiser.
Oh,
So part of this concert is when folks are walking in, we're going to have baskets and all sorts of things that the choir has put together for a silent auction. And the items are always incredible. But my personal favorite auction item that we do annually is that you can put your name in to conduct the Hallelujah Chorus.
oh,
So
really?
once we finish the whole concert, one lucky audience member gets to come up and conduct the choir in the Hallelujah Chorus.
Oh, that sounds like an awful lot of fun. Okay.
And sometimes it's an unsuspecting audience member. Someone will put their name in and they won't know. And
They get to take the baton.
absolutely.
That's nice. That's great. So I guess it's a good idea to point out that the Quincy Choral Society is a nonprofit, 501c3, but you're fully self-funded, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we're very grateful to have received some grants from the city through the years, which help us to keep our funds going. But in order to do these performances where we hire orchestras and things, we have to do a lot of fundraising. So of course, ticket sales are our number one point of profit, but we do silent auctions. We can make donations. Anything helps. Really, we use every penny. So
Yeah. Will you have an orchestra for the March 12th performance?
not for March, because it's a little bit of a lighter program. We're going to be featuring Gingy, our pianist.
Fun. Yeah.
And then in May, when we perform the Mozart Requiem, we will hire a full orchestra.
Okay. And when is that show?
That is May 21st, the weekend before Memorial Day. So we hope
Okay.
before people go away to their summer homes. And
Right. Yeah. Very nice. And where is that one?
that will be at St. Mary's in Milton.
Okay. All right. So you don't have a dedicated venue, right? You kind of move around.
We do, yeah. And St. Mary's has been a very gracious host, and we've been at churches around Quincy over the years. But it's always a trick to find somewhere that not only fits the choir and an orchestra, it's a lot of space,
Mhm.
but also that has enough available parking for our whole choir, the orchestra, and an audience.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it can be
So
tricky.
yes, well, yeah, a church is an ideal spot, obviously, not only for the
Absolutely.
space, but for the acoustics too, right?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, we love singing in that space.
Sure. Do you, I know you have a background in public education, so do you work with the public schools at all, Sarah, to kind of foster, new members?
Yeah, sure. So I teach at Stoughton High School, and which is, probably a bit too far of a commute for these kids, but yeah, we're hoping to get more in touch with the Quincy Public Schools music department. One of the things we're looking at doing is potentially creating a scholarship for any of their graduating seniors going into music to make some more connections with those students and their faculty.
Yeah, the music department has come an awful long way here in Quincy, as you're well aware, I'm sure, and the band program as well. So I'm sure there's some aspiring talent there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what does the Quincy Choral Society do over the summer break?
That's a good question. So, we take a break between our May concert, and then actually we come back pretty early at the end of August to do our annual City of Quincy concert. So that's where we collaborate with the Quincy Symphony Orchestra, and we put on a pops concert on the steps of the Hancock Adams Common. And it's always been great. So this year we're actually going to take this American Songbook theme and run with it. So in the past, it's been a little bit more patriotic themed, but this time we're doing things like You'll Never Walk Alone, The Sound of Music, Porgy and Bess. There's lots of great hits for folks.
That's excellent. I've been to a couple of those, and they are very, very enjoyable, I have to say.
Yeah, we love doing that concert. So it's a fairly short break. We take June and July off, and of course during that time, myself, the board, and Gingy are busy planning all of the music for the following season.
Sure. Yeah. Did you find, Sarah, that, because of the pandemic, folks may be finding choral music for the first time?
We do actually have a lot of new members this season, which has been great to see, and members from a variety of backgrounds and ages. But it does seem like people are rediscovering that community and just singing with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I think for so long, people were stuck on Zoom, singing with their church choir, by recording virtual choir videos. And after doing that and feeling so lonely, I think people feel great to go back and sing with other singers again.
Yeah. Does the Quincy Choral Society collaborate with other choral societies in the area at all?
Not yet. No, we haven't done that yet, but we've definitely reached out and talked to some other folks about doing collaborations. But I think space is our biggest issue. Collaborating, of course.
Right. Is there a place, do you think, in the future for this type of communication that we're doing today in choral music? I mean, is there a way that it could benefit from it?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Like a virtual format, is there a place for this in the future, do you think, when it comes to choral music, choral societies?
Yeah, I think we all had to learn really quickly how to do things like virtual choirs. And the idea wasn't novel, right? So the first virtual choir was done by Eric Whitaker, and I forget which year, but he had this idea of people from all over the world getting a chance to sing together, though not rehearsing in the same space. And it's a fabulous thing to collaborate on. So I do think that it will stay alive in that sense, perhaps not on the local level, because we so much more enjoy singing together.
Right. Yeah.
But there's certainly a place.
Do you have a social media presence at all that folks should be aware of?
We do. Yeah. Quincy has an active Facebook page where we post updates about all of our concerts and things. But we also have a recently redone website by one of our members. And we try to keep that as updated as possible. So with all of the new dates, performances that we've done in the past, And we always try to put up videos of performances just in case folks couldn't make it on the day of the concert.
Sure, yeah. Is there a cost, Sarah, to be a member of the society?
Yeah, we have dues by semester. It's just $25 per semester. And then the cost of the sheet music, which usually is something around $20 or $30.
Okay, so certainly very reasonable.
Yeah, we try to keep that price low.
Yeah.
And of course, there's flexibility. If that's an issue for anyone who wants to join, that's not a problem.
Okay. Do you have young people? I mean, under 18, are they welcome to be members as well?
Oh, they certainly could be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think our youngest members now are in their early 20s, sort of recent college graduates. But yeah, we don't have any high school singers currently on the roster, but they're certainly welcome to join.
Okay, that's good to know, I think. You never know. Folks might find it early in life and then stick with it.
No, that's great. We'd love to have them if they want the experience of trying a masterwork for the first time.
Ah, and what would you say are the eldest members, without giving out names? How old are the eldest
sure.
members?
I think there's a little competition for the top number, but our oldest member is in their early 90s.
Wow.
Yeah, just
That's
amazing.
great.
And they've been with the group for a very, very long time. And that's one of my favorite things about community music, right? In the high school setting, of course, I only see people for 4 years and then they go away, or sometimes they visit. But with a community choir, you can really have some deep roots and make lifelong friends. And we've got members who have been there for the entirety of the existence of the choir, 43,
Wow.
44 years.
That's just great. Yeah, super. And so it sounds like it's a very welcoming place. Folks shouldn't be deterred if they don't have a background, right, in choral music or music in general. But if they have an interest, it's a welcoming place.
Absolutely. Yeah. And everyone in the choir is willing to help. We call it Uma Familia, one big family.
That's
And
nice.
it's always great. You walk into the room and it's filled with laughter and smiles and people get welcomed in very quickly. So
Super. Are you able to work with folks individually, Sarah, if they have an interest in, really improving their performance?
I haven't been able to, unfortunately. I have a little bit of a tight schedule because I'm doing some singing and performing outside of this as well. But yeah, there are always opportunities, especially for soloists and things that we choose for concerts, to do coachings and things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fun. You mentioned the website, it's quincychoral.org, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is that the best way to get a hold of the society?
Yes. Yeah, there's a contact page right on there that'll send an email to us. And we usually respond pretty quick, usually within 24 hours, but certainly within a week.
Okay, super. Anything else we should let folks know about?
Oh, just to come see the concert, March 12th and then May 21st. Or, if you are thinking about joining, stop by on March 13th and you can always just test it out, see what you think about the Mozart Requiem and see if this is the right place for you.
Okay, yeah. Again, where is that rehearsal?
It's at East Congregational Church in Milton.
Okay. And do you rehearse there all the time?
We do. Yeah, that's been our rehearsal home for many, many years.
Okay. Excellent. Really appreciate the time to talk to you, Sarah. I know you have to get back to work and we'll have to catch up again soon.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. I hope to see you and lots of your followers at our concerts.
You're very welcome. Pleasure to talk to you and have a great rest of the concert season.
All right, thanks so much.